Day everyone, my name is Rachel. You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to teach you how to make an off-shoulder sleeve. Off-shoulder sleeve has been a great challenge to some of the sewing mistress, and today we're going to basically treat the major challenge that we may likely face. I'm going to emphasize on how to make the measurement, and with me is the measurement tape. If you want to really measure or take the measurement of off-shoulder sleeve, just watch what I'm doing. You place the measurement tape around the shoulder this way, then you note the figure, and on me I have 43. Then having done that, then you also place the measurement around your upper bust chest. So the difference between the shoulder circumference and the upper bust circumference will form the shape of our off shoulder. My upper bust circumference is 36, so I will minus 36 from the 43 I got. Then I'll work it out, then you see how it goes. Yes, to start the measurement of our off shoulder sleeve, this is my pattern paper. This place is going to be my center of the sleeve, this is going to be the side, and this upper part is going to be my starting point. And I have already made the starting point line. Then the next thing I'm going to do now is to make the cap height. We call it cap height. This is the upper part of the arm, the fullest part. We call it cap height. And how do we get our cap height? Our cap height is bust divided by 12 plus 0.5. As for my own is 3.6. that is, my bust is 37. Sorry, my bust is 38. 38 divided by 12 plus 0.5, it will give me 368. Then from the top line I measure the 368 downward. That is going to represent my cap height. So the distance between the top line and this place is my cap height, which I said is bust divided by 12 plus 0.5. And my round sleeve, which some people refer to it as bicep, my bicep is 13. Because I'm folding my paper into two, I will divide the 13 by 2. It will give me 6.5. I've marked the 6.5. So I will add 1 inch allowance. It depends on the allowance you decide to add, but as for this project I'm adding 1 inch allowance. So now, earlier on I told us the measurement of our off shoulder, how we arrive at it. That is the difference between the shoulder circumference and the shoulder to shoulder circumference and the upper bust circumference. And as for my own, the shoulder to shoulder circumference is 43 and my upper bust circumference is 36. I will subtract 36 from 43, it will give me 7. And because I'm folding my fabric or my pattern paper into two, if I divide the 7 by 2, it will give me 3.5. So the 3.5 now, I will measure it from the center of my sleeve inward. I will measure 3.5. This is where my 3.5 stops. So from this 3.5, I will add 1 inch allowance, and that 1 inch allowance will represent the sewing allowance or ease allowance, so that the sleeve will not be too tight. So I will add 1 inch allowance. That is from the center front, the center of the sleeve inward, it will be 4. So I've measured. I will connect it to the cap height line at this place. I will connect it, but if I want to connect it, I will not make it straight because the armhole is not straight. I will make it a little bit curvy. So just watch what I'm doing. So I will connect it this way. So gradually we are achieving our off shoulder. Now this place now will represent the cap height. Then I said earlier that the sleeve length is going to be 10. So I will measure the 10 of my sleeve from this point downward. This is 10. That is the length of the sleeve, 10. Then I will add like 1.5 or 2 inches folding allowance. Here is it. Then I will measure the down part of my round sleeve. As the arm is going downward, is getting thin. Then since my real bicep is 13, automatically the down part will not be 13. My own is 10. So on this place I will measure 10 divided by 2, which is 5. I will measure 5 plus 1 inch allowance, making 6. So I will connect this place to the upper side of the sleeve. If you look at it very well, you discover that our sleeve is getting shape. But if you look at the down part, which I said is the allowance, the folding allowance, I will not make this line straight down, because by the time I fold the fabric or my pattern paper, this upper part will be wider than the down part. So all what I will do, instead of folding it, I will cut it downward. So here is my scissors. I will cut it off. Then I will show you where I really want to call your attention to. Yes, if you look at it, you discover that this place is a little bit shapy. It formed like A shape. Ordinarily, if I should bring it down like this, there will be a shortage of like 0.5 inches. So instead of you to cut it straight down, then I will advise you fold it before you cut, so that by the time you fold, there won't be shortage at the inner part. So here is our off shoulder. But the upper part now, if you look at this place, you notice that it is very straight, and the way God created us, the bicep is not other straight, it's a little bit curvy. So how do we inculcate that curvy into our pattern? All we need to do is from the center front, from the center of our sleeve, you measure like, it depends on how shapy you want it, but as for this project, I will measure like half downward. Then I will connect the half to this place. So by the time I cut it out, the arc or the shape will be pronounced, so that it won't be like as straight as we can see earlier on. If you look at it, you notice that this place is a little bit descend, and if I open up my sleeve, can you observe that it's a little bit shapy? So by the time you sew in this, it will be perfectly fitting to the sleeve. So far so good. This is how to make a basic off shoulder sleeve. And if you want to change it to any style you wish, maybe you want excess at the middle or you want to insert elastic, then you have to make provision for such, which we may likely treat in future. If you like what I'm doing, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are the first timer, and like my video, share it and thumbs it up. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching us, and God bless. Bye.